Islamic Center. Welcome, Mr. Christopher. Thank you for being here.
Assalamu alaikum, greetings of peace, and Ramadan Mubarak, happy Ramadan. Amidst the holiest time for 1/4 of the world's people, the Muslim community, my community, and as millions of Muslim Americans prepare for their early morning suhoor meal before they fast for a long day in June, an unthinkable act of complete disregard for human life, a massacre was committed in Orlando. It was an act of hate. It was an act of self-hate. An act against my faith. An act against all of our faiths. An act against everything God encourages us to do in this life. A lot of unknowns remain about exactly motivations and what happened, but I want to focus on what we do know today, and there's a lot. We know that each year, 32,000 Americans die of gun violence in this country. Many take their own lives. Others are bystanders in turf wars. And then there are the mass shootings, most of which are domestic disputes. More than 1 per day last year. There are a number of measures that we can take that would likely save the majority of those 32,000 lives lost every year in this country to gun violence. How do we know this? Because other countries have laws that simultaneously protect the right to firearms and safeguard weapons from being purchased by unqualified people. Smart gun technology, universal background checks, and other measures are simple, scalable, and available right now. We have to take action. Tonight I want to focus on what should be the lowest hanging fruit. We might not have been able to save all the lives lost in Orlando during that attack on Sunday, but we almost definitively could have saved most of them. And I think you know where I'm going with this. No one, and I mean no one, can reasonably justify civilian access to a military-grade assault weapon. Specifically designed to kill as many people as efficiently as possible. San Bernardino, Newtown, Aurora, Orlando. The semi-automatic A-15 was the choice of these types of weapons of and these types of weapons of mass destruction need to stay off our streets for good. No more moments of silence in our halls of government. No more lowering the flag to half-staff. No more political theater. It's an assault to those killed and to the families that stand in the wake of these needless, preventable mass shootings. Enough is enough. As I stand here in historic Market Square, I say to the Virginia House of Delegates and the U.S. Congress just across the river, take a long, hard look in the mirror. Live up to the offices that you are privileged to serve and do your job with honesty, integrity, and courage. When we leave this world, each of us will be asked with the Almighty what we did with our time here. Tonight is about remembering, yes, but remembering without action is incomplete. If you live in Virginia, and I trust most of you live in Virginia, please purchase a Stop Gun Violence Virginia license plate. I have the applications right here. It's $10. You can change your license plate today. StopGunViolence.info. If you want it, it's right here. I can give it to you. Second, get involved with the gun violence prevention group. There are many of them. We're being hosted by one of the greatest. Get involved. If enough of us speak out and pressure politicians, and stand with those who support reason and responsibility, like our mayor and all the elected officials here with us today, those who stand in the way of a safer society will be forced to change. If they vote the wrong way, they're going to be out of a job. Third, I encourage everyone to take the Gun Safety Congregation Pledge. Last month, a DC synagogue, a Maryland church, and our mosque, the Al-Hijrah, right here in Falls Church, came together, teamed up, and created a gun safety pledge. If you have any questions, please ask me. We encourage your congregation to sign on. Finally, do not for a second believe that we cannot win this fight. The NRA will have you believe that fear will always prevail, but the facts tell us otherwise. The majority of the American public supports sensible gun safety policy, and the majority of gun owners support the right measures. We beat the tobacco lobby, and we will defeat the NRA. God tells us in the 5th chapter of the Quran, Al-Ma'idah, that if one unjustly takes the life of another, it is as if he has slain all of humanity. And if one saves the life of another, it is as if he has saved all of humanity. Thank you.